राधे
in the prayer mode. Pray our obeisance at the divine lotus feet of our supreme divine beloved Lord, and then we shall proceed further with the program this evening. Mannatha Shri Jagannatho Madguru Shri Jagadguru Madatma Sarva Bhutatma Kripalu Gurave Namah. Guru Raradhanadishcha Guru Paramadaivatam. Guru Partaram Nasti Tasmai Shri Gurave. Varhapidam Natavaravapu Karnayo Karnikaram Vibhradva Sahakanaka Kapisham Vaijayantim Chamalam Randhan Venuradhara Sudhaya Purayan Gopavrindai Vrindaranyam Swapadaramanam Pravishadgita Kirti Aho Vakiyam Stanakalakutam Jighan Sayapa Yayadapyasadhi Lebhe Gatindha Trichitam Tatonyam Kamvadayalum Sharanam Raje Yo Brahmanam Vidadhati Purvam Yo Vai Vedanscha Prahinoti Tasmai Tagvam Hadevamatma Buddhi Prakasham Mumukshur Vai Sharanamaham Prapadye. आनंद कंद सच्चिदानंद श्री कृष्ण चंद्र चरणार विंद मकरंद मिलिंद महानुभाव, the blessed souls. Today, on this auspicious occasion of Chatthi, let me give you a brief explanation first as to why we celebrate Chatthi, and then we will do the chanting. Why Chatthi is celebrated, or what is the significance of Chatthi? Chat. Many of you may wonder, what is this occasion or this festival? The significance of Chatthi, it is a customary celebration. It's a custom in India amongst the Hindus that on the 6th day of the newly born child, Chatthi or Chat means 6th day celebration takes place. There is a science behind this celebration of Chatthi. What is the science behind the celebration of Chatthi? There was a demon by the name of Putana, a she demon, a Rakshasi, Putana. In her previous life, she was King Bali's daughter, known as Ratnamala. So Ratnamala was sitting with King Bali in the yagna, in the great fire sacrifice which King Bali was performing. And there, out of a blue, appeared the most strikingly divine, magnificent dwarf form of the Supreme Almighty Lord, Vaman Avatar, Vaman Bhagavan. Ratnamala, as soon as she saw Vaman Bhagavan, her heart got so captivated by the divine beauty, by unexplainable, unfathomable beauty of Vaman Bhagavan, that mentally she started to desire to have Vaman Bhagavan as her child, whereby she could get the mother's love of feeding her own milk to a child so handsome, so captivating, supremely, divinely handsome, like Vaman Bhagavan. So Vaman Bhagavan, being the Supreme Almighty Lord Himself, omniscient as He is, knew the desire, the heart's desire of Ratnamala, and granted her the boon internally, mentally, without speaking a word. You shall get your desire fulfilled. Thus, this Ratnamala, 5,000 years back, when the Supreme Almighty Lord Shri Krishna descended on this earth planet, then the same Ratnamala came as Putana. And she was Kansa's servant in this birth as Putana. Kans, when he found out that his death, his killer, has taken birth and is in Braj, this 5,000 years back, when the Lord appeared on this earth, descended on this earth, Kans had Shri Krishna's parents in the prison, remember? But Shri Krishna was carried by Vasudeva to Gokul, and only in the morning, when Vasudeva had returned to the prison, then Kans found out that the one who is going to kill him is already in Braj, has taken birth. He heard this through Yogamaya, Ashtabhuja Durga Mata, the younger sister of Shri Krishna, whom Vasudeva had taken back in the prison. So the moment Kans learnt about his death, his cow, he started planning and scheming ways to destroy, to kill this personality who is Brahm. In the heart of hearts, Kans knows that none apart from Brahm can kill him. So he started scheming, making lots of plans and schemes to kill his killer, who ignorant Kans tried his best. Through all the schemes, one of the scheme was calling Putana, who was so Mayavi. Mayavi means she had such occultic, materialistic, Mayic powers. Very, very dangerous, fearful powers. She was extremely powerful. And her name is Putana, which means Putan Atinayati Iti Putana, the one who kidnaps, kills, eats, and drinks blood of even the most pure, innocent children, babies. This Putana, who was in the service of Kans, is called upon by Kans and instructed by Kans to go and kill all the children of Braj who were of the age of 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Within this time period, all those children who were born, everyone, all the children to be killed. So Putana went to do her duty as she was surrendered to Kans. Shri Krishna knew the Mayic powers of Putana. So on this side, Shri Krishna, the omniscient Almighty Lord, knowing this naughty scheme, this vicious scheme, this dangerous, most dangerous scheme of Putana to kill all the children, he directed Putana in such a manner, he inspired her. He played such a game internally, mentally, to inspire Putana and to direct her straight to him. So Putana, instead of going to other children, first came to Thakurji, to Shri Krishna. Shri Krishna is only 6 days old. Chatti. Thus, Putana comes directly to Gokul and enters into the house of Nanda Baba and Yashoda Maya and goes straight to where Shri Krishna was sleeping in his cradle, pretending to be fast asleep, the Supreme Lord, as a little 6-day-old baby would be sleeping innocently. And in the heart of heart, the omniscient Lord exactly knows what's going on outside. Putana is entering, Putana has come, she has entered, she's standing here. But he, on the external view, is sleeping. So Thakurji is fast asleep, and Maya Yashoda and Rohini Ji, when they saw Putana, who was disguised in the most beautiful, attractive woman, Yashoda Maya and Rohini, they wondered who this divine personality is, this divine lady is. Whether she is Mahalakshmi, or she is Mata Parvati Ji, or she is Brahmani, Mata Saraswati, which divine, above divine Lord, this divine personality, this divine goddess has come from? Who is she? They were wonderstruck. And this was the Maya of Putana. She got them trapped in her Maya jal in such a manner, in the net of her Maya, that Rohini Ji and Yashoda Maya and the other gopis who were present there, they just got so wonderstruck and they just couldn't do anything, couldn't say anything. They were just admiring at the beauty. Got so drowned in this beauty of Putana because she is disguised as the most beautiful, most loving, most sweet, most gentle woman. Her internal, her real self as the most fearful, dangerous demon is not seen by anyone over there. And Nanda Baba was not in Braj. He had gone to Mathura visiting Vasudeva. At this time, Vasudeva tells Nanda Baba, Nanda, you immediately go to Gokul, go back to Nandagaon. I have this very strong feeling that something very bad is going to take place in Braj. So you go quickly to Nandagaon, go back. Who would say this? No one. Would say like this if somebody comes to meet someone and you say that you go away, go back quickly. I feel that something bad is going to happen. These are divine personalities. They're all divine personalities, Vasudeva, Nanda. Who else will have this great fortune of becoming the Supreme Almighty Lord's Father? But they are all doing leelas, pretending to be ignorant, innocent. So he's just simply saying, I've got this feeling, this thinking. They know it for sure. Nanda Baba immediately hurries back to Nandagaon. So he's on his way to Nandagaon. While here, back in Nandagaon, in Braj, Yashoda, Maya, Rohini and others are so wonderstruck. And they are so mesmerized. And this demon Putana just walks straight to Thakurji, who is sleeping in the cradle, lifts up Thakurji, carries this little baby Shri Krishna, and forcefully puts his mouth in her bosom and starts to feed Shri Krishna. She had smeared Kalkoot poison, vicious poison, deadliest poison. You touch it, the moment it touches the lips, the person will be dead. Venomous poison is smeared all over her bosom. So she had come with this intention and motive to kill, of course, Shri Krishna. But Shri Krishna, on the other hand, directed her straight to him to deal with this matter, to confront with her first, so that other children are all saved. Their lives are saved. So their lives are saved now because Putana is now with Krishna and she is already feeding the poison to Shri Krishna, pretending as if she is feeding milk. Maya, Yashoda, Rohini, they think she is such a beautiful, such a gentle, such a sweet goddess, divine goddess, and look how much she loves my child. And here she is feeding him. But Shyam Sundar Shri Krishna, omniscient Lord, knows everything what's going on. She knows that Putana has come with Kalkoot, with this deadliest poison smeared all over the bosom to kill him. In order to kill all the children, so that in killing all the children, one of them would be him. The target is him. So come to me, the target, and let me take care of you completely. and free this thing. Thus, Putana, while she is forcefully feeding Sri Krishna with this poisonous milk, Sri Krishna closed his eyes. When there is a serious matter to think and to decide about, when any matter is very serious, nobody has the eyes open and thinks, even us. When there is something really serious that we need to decide, when there is a serious matter and we think about it, we have our eyes closed and then we think. So Sri Krishna also, doing Nara Leela, has his eyes closed and is thinking now. The matter is very serious here. He knows Putana's intention. He knows what she is feeling. And now Sri Krishna is thinking what to do. Should I drink the milk? Because inside it is all milk. It's pure milk. Poison is only outside. Or should I just drink the poison? Should I drink the poison? Should I drink the milk? Or should I kill her? But if I kill her, then everyone will say that I have killed a lady, a woman. They won't know the reason. So, what to do? So with the eyes closed, the Lord not only does one thing, there are many other reasons why he had the eyes closed, which we are not getting into details with. Sham Sundar, Sri Krishna, in anger, started to drink the milk and the poison. Sa rosho pivat, says the Bhagavatam. In rosh, in anger. Very angry. So, when he is very angry, what he is doing is, he is not only drinking the milk, but with both tiny little hands, he is pressing the bosom so hard, that Putana is going through such a torturous pain. This rosh of this 6-day-old Sri Krishna, rosh means anger. Krishna is only 6-day-old. He is all bliss dissension. Where did this anger come in the 6-day-old? Usually children, when they drink milk of their mothers or of anyone who is trying to feed the milk to the child drinks with so much of joy and so much of love. Here, little Thakurji is not drinking with joy and with love. He is drinking the milk, the poisonous milk of Putana, in anger, in great anger. Because if he drinks with love, then he would drink the milk, of course, that would be okay. He can digest the poison, nothing will happen. But how will he then kill Putana? How will he then liberate Putana? How will he then grace Putana? By liberating her, freeing her from this demonic body and demonic actions. He needs to kill this demon and free her. So, thus, Sri Krishna is drinking the milk in anger, great anger, and pressing the bosom with both tiny hands so hard that Putana started screaming. She screamed so loud out of pain, torturous pain, that even in heaven, Indra and all the celestial heavenly beings, they started shivering. And all over the world, in the Netherlands, in above, everywhere, everyone started shivering. Hearing this sound, this loud scream, this fearful scream of Putana. Now, when Shyam Sundar showed this anger, this is, in actual fact, Lord Shiva, Shankarji. With the eyes closed, he had called Shankarji, you come. You come and do your business of drinking the poison, and let me do my business of drinking the milk. Remember, he was thinking, should I drink the milk or should I drink the poison? Or should I kill? So kill, they will think that I'm killing a lady, okay. Then first call Shankarji. So this is the anger form of Shri Krishna. Shri Krishna's anger form. After all, Lord Shiva, Bhagavan Krishna, they are all one and the same. But this Shakti, Shankar Bhagavan, is the one whom the Supreme Almighty Lord Shri Krishna first calls with the eyes closed. You come and you drink the poison. And I have appeared in Braj to drink milk, to eat butter and yogurt, so I'll do this work. Now I'm not here to drink poison, you do that. That's your duty, that's your work. Remember, he drank the entire poison during the churning of the ocean and got the title Neelakant. So Lord Shiva appeared in the mouth of Shri Krishna. And in anger, that's the anger form of Shankarji. In anger, that's why the anger. Otherwise, Shri Krishna had killed so many demons in Krishna avatar, and he did that all playing and smiling. Every demon was killed, Agasur, Bakasur, Koparasur, they were all killed playing and smiling. But in the case of Putana, it is with so much of anger. It is Lord Shiva who enters the mouth of Krishna, Shri Krishna, and now drinks the poison. And he does his work and then he leaves. And now when Krishna with the tiny little hands is pressing so hard the bosoms of Putana that she screamed so loudly that all the three worlds are shivering and shaking. This is where the Aishwarya Shakti of Shri Krishna came. His Aishwarya Shakti. With his Aishwarya Shakti, the little tiny hands, the little gentle, soft, divine hands of Shri Krishna becomes extremely powerful, infinitely powerful. The Aishwarya Shakti brings this omnipotent power of God, which is into this act of pressing the bosom of Putana. Otherwise, the little tiny hands of little 6-day-old, the gentle soft hands of Krishna, what effect would it have brought to this giant demonic body of Putana? It would have no effect. It is the Aishwarya Shakti which came into the hands. Thus, in this manner, Putana screamed in torturous pain, and the 10th canto, 6th chapter, 11th verse of Bhagavatam Mahapuran, where she screamed, Sa muncha muncha.
छोड़ दे मुझे छोड़ दे
leave me, spare my life. spare my life, leave me, don't kill me. I will never come back to Braj. I will never come back to you. I know I have done a great mistake, a great sin, but please spare my life. The scream of Putana was so loud, it was louder than even the thunderbolt striking. But Shyam Sundar in the mind is thinking, if I leave you, then where will you go? Where will you go from here? If I leave you, then you will not get Golok, the divine abode. Shri Krishna has to do two things. Number one, he has to drink that poison, digest the poison. And number two, he has to give Putana the place in his divine Golok Dham, which is reserved for the mother. He has to give Putana also the status of a mother, the place of a mother, the position of a mother. Because Ratnamala had wished to feed the Vaman Bhagwan, remember, as a mother. But she has come with the poison bosom. So the poison bosom is there. So naturally, Shyam Sundar has to digest that poison also and give the mother's position also. And plus thirdly, he has to make sure, Shri Krishna has to make sure that she does not continue to kill other children. So she has to end. She has to be finished. Thus, Shyam Sundar is thinking, if I leave you, then where will you go? And then you will continue to kill other children as well. And you will not get the mother's position also. You will not get Golok also. You can't go to Golok also. So you are in the best hands now. You are in the best place now. There is no other place which is better than this. Thus, Shyam Sundar is very strongly holding Putana's bosom and still pressing very hard. And she is going through torturous pain and continues to drink the milk. Because it's the actual milk now. And Putana, due to the joy and the thrill in the heart she is getting of the motherly feeling of feeding a child, which she always had longed for since she was Ratnamala. And till this day, she had been longing for this. Now this is getting fulfilled. Plus, due to that torturous pain, her disguised form is gone. Now she comes in a real demonic form. As a real Rakshasi. And in that torturous pain, while Shri Krishna is drinking the milk, he takes out the pran, the soul of Putana, transports it to his divine abode Golok Dham, gives the position in Golok Dham, in the supreme divine abode of his, of a mother. And that place which was reserved for Maya Yashoda, who had fed the nectarine milk, is now given to Putana. And the reason Shyam Sundar gives is, Shri Krishna gives is, for giving the divine abode to a demon who had come with such very bad, evil intention to kill him. Why did he give Golok Dham, a mother's position? Because she has fed me her own milk, and my mouth was in her bosom. So now she has become my mother. Any excuse and every excuse, if the Lord, merciful Lord, can get to liberate us souls, no matter how filthy we are. This is the excuse he gives. Instead of dooming her to hell, he is giving his own divine abode. Because I have drank her milk, she has put my mouth in her bosom, and now she has become my mother. So I will give her a mother's position in my abode. This Putana, once her life is taken, she falls. She falls on the ground, and she falls from high up above where she had taken Shri Krishna. She falls 12 miles long, which is 19 kilometers. 19 kilometers long from here to Suva. 12 miles long. All that area, 12 miles area, everything in that 19 kilometers radius is all destroyed, crushed to pieces. All the roofs of the house fell. All the houses fell and got destroyed. Every animal, every creature, every plant got crushed. Such a huge body. And so long she is. 12 miles, that is 19 kilometers. Killing and destroying everything as she is dying. And Shyam Sundar still holding onto her bosom and still drinking the milk of the dead Putana. Imagine how infatuated he is in drinking milk. He enjoys it so much that he did not even leave the dead Putana. He's still drinking the milk of the dead Putana. Putana is already dead. Such a huge sound that in Mathura, Kans also heard and thought, is Putana killed? And Nanda Baba was returning, remember, from Mathura. He hears this sound and he says, what is this? And all these gopis, they came running, and the Brajvasis to see what has happened. So all the gopis, when they came, they saw Krishna still clinging onto this demon and still drinking the milk. They quickly went up and they got hold of Shri Krishna and took Krishna away with them. And all the Gwalbalas, the Brajvasis, thousands of them, even thousands of them cannot lift such a huge body. They were carrying axes. They carried axes because they need to cut the body into pieces. So thousands of Brajvasis carrying thousands of axes, they came to cut the body of Putana into pieces so that they could burn the body. And the body will start to rot and decay and then stink, so they have to burn. And she's a demon. And the gopis and Maya Yashoda who fainted, and Rohini who was there also is fainted, and then they all are happy, and they all come out of their unconsciousness when they learn that, okay, Krishna is fine and he is protected, he is saved. Oh God, thank you God, thank you God. Here God Krishna is doing all this leela, but because it's a leela, so with his Yog Maya power, he makes Maya Yashoda and every gopi and every Brajvasi forget that he is God and that they are also divine. They all are behaving like ordinary people. So they quickly gave birth to Shri Krishna in the urine of cows. Cow urine is supposed to be very pure, and it's supposed to take all the inauspicious things away. And they touched the entire body with the cow dung, and they did all sorts of rituals, etc., whatever is in the Vedas, to make sure that the child is now, he is well protected, but nothing else harms him, etc., etc., to thank the Lord. So they did all that, like the ordinary human people would do. And this is the Leela where the Bhakta, the devotee, and Bhagavan, both of them, they behave in such a manner that no one comes to know about who is who. That is why Kansa could not figure out who this Brahma is who is going to be the killer. Neither could Putana. Forget about Kans. Even Brahma could not know when Shri Krishna had descended on this earth. Brahma thought, without telling me, the Lord will never come into this world. I am the governor of this earth, of this one world. So, of course I will know. Just like when the president is coming, somebody is coming, then the main governor, the leader knows that, okay, this person is coming in the country and all the preparation takes place, etc. But when the Supreme Almighty Lord descends, no one has any notion. No one. No Rishi, Muni, Yogi, Tapasvi, Indra, Kuber, Varuna, no, not even Brahma, etc. they know. That is how secretly the Lord appears. So Brahma took test, remember, when he saw Shri Krishna snatching the morsel from the mouth of the other cowhead boys. He said, everybody says he is the supreme personality descended in Braj, but I see what I have experienced is this. He is an utter materialistic rustic villager, materialistic child. So I have to check out. I better take some test. And when he took the test, then he was tested himself to that degree that even he lost his own Brahmalok. And ultimately and finally, asking for forgiveness and realizing his mistake, when he surrendered to the Lord, then he got back his Brahmalok. Is about. So in this manner, no one can know about the Supreme Brahma apart from the God realized saints. Thus Putana, she is now killed, and Yashoda Maya and the Brajvasis, they all did all these rituals and thanked the Lord, because no one is supposed to know who he is. He is just another child. That's all everybody is thinking. Through the Yoga Maya power, the Lord makes everyone forget about their divinity. Though Yashoda Maya and Nanda Baba, everybody is, and all those gopis over there, they're all divine personalities. But at this moment, they're just thanking God. Oh God, thank you that you have protected and saved our child. And on the other hand, all the cowboys, the cowhead boys, the Gwalbalas, all the village Brajvasis, they are carrying the axes to cut the body into pieces, and they started the work of cutting the body of Putana into pieces to burn it. And when they are going to burn, then they have to cut all those big, huge trees which had fallen 12 miles area, in 12 miles area. All those big trees are cut into pieces, and then a funeral pyre is made. And then on that pyre, this body which is cut into pieces, Putana's body is put, and then it is cremated. The fire is set on. When her body was burning, it emanated such a sweet fragrance, scent, divine scent, that Nanda Baba, who was returning from Mathura on the way, he was still on the way. He doesn't know what's happening here, and the body started burning. He is thinking, oh God, I've never ever smelled such a sweet scented incense. Incense, agarbatti. He's thinking, what a nice, sweet, fragrant incense is this? Not knowing it is the demon's body. Putana's body. Though she is a demon, yet she was a personality. Internally surrendered to the Lord. Remember, when she gave up her disguised form, when the Lord started feeding the milk, at that time she got so overfilled with the motherly love that she forgot everything about her demonic nature and demonic deed and what she had come to do. She was fully surrendered at that moment. That's a saint she became. And that smell which went far and wide. Thus, Putana is burnt to ashes, this demonic body, and her soul, which is liberated from this demon body, is in Golok, where Maya Yashoda's place was reserved. There she gets the position. In Golok. Plus, on this Chatti, apart from this incident which took place, which is the extraordinary feat of Putana. If this Putana Kand wouldn't have taken place, we wouldn't have seen how costlessly merciful God is. This is the most sublime, the highest example of Supreme Almighty Lord Shri Krishna's unconditional grace and mercy unto anyone and everyone, be it even Putana, be it even the one who continuously only tried to bring harm and kill. The Lord still showered such a mercy and gave his own abode to a demon like Putana. Shukdev Paramhans, you all know, he was in Samadhi, Nirvikalp Samadhi. For 12 years he was in his mother Pingala's womb. And after 12 years, on great prayers and urge and worship of Vedavyas, he came out and started off for the forests. Lost in Nirvikalp Samadhi, nothing from outside could enter. Though Vedavyas followed and tried to call him, but of no avail. Vedavyas came back to his ashram. Shukdev Paramhans chose a place in the forest, in the dense jungle, and sat there in Nirvikalp Samadhi, drowned and immersed in Samadhi, of the impersonal, unmanifested, attributeless aspect of Brahm, Nirgun Nirakar Brahm. Some of the disciples of Vedavyas Ji had gone to chopped off firewood. There they found this young, most strikingly, magnificently, divinely handsome boy, seated, lost and immersed in Samadhi. They did not know that he is in Nirvikalp Samadhi. They thought, who is he? And he is seated in such a manner, not shaking at all. We can't even see him breathing or anything. So these boys, as boys are, little young kids are, naughty, mischief, they took hold of a stick and they started to poke a stick in the nostrils to wake him up. They started to poke a stick in the ears to wake him up. They started to shake his body. They did all sorts of things, but Shukdev Paramhans did not move at all. They came back to the ashram and they told Vedavyas Ji that we saw Guruji, a boy there seated in a manner that we can't explain. We tried to do all sorts of things to wake him up, but to make him even move, but he wouldn't move. So Vedavyas Ji says, yeah, stop. I know who he is. Then, at that time, he had just written all the Bhagavatam Mahapuran, the final of the writings and scriptures. So Vedavyas Ji said to his disciple that, look, go and say this particular shlok, this particular verse in the ears, in one ear of that person who is seated there. He is in Nirvikalp Samadhi. And what was that shlok, that verse? The one which explains about the beauty of Shri Krishna, of Shyam Sundar. Varaha pidam natavara vapuh karnayo karnikaram vidbhradva saha kanaka kapisham vaijayantim chamalam Randran Venoradhara Sudhaya Purayan Gopavrindair Vrindaranyam Swapadaramanam Pravishad Gita Kirti. When Shukdev Paramhans hears this verse, he starts shaking a bit, but he did not come out of Samadhi because he gets very disheartened with the thought that he is magnificently infinite ocean of all beauty, all love, and how can he accept someone so down, so fallen like me? I have no place, though my heart is longing for him, but I do not deserve to be accepted by him. Thinking this way, he is so disheartened, he is very disappointed with his own self. He goes back into his Nirvikalpa Samadhi. His heart now crying and longing for that beauty. He wants to see this beauty. He wants to meet this infinite ocean of beauty. Remember, he had never ever had any idea about the personified form of God, because he was lost in Nirvikalpa Samadhi of Nirakara Brahma, of the impersonal Brahma. This is the first time through this verse he sees the same impersonal Brahma of his in the personified form, his beauty. But he is still in Samadhi. He did not open his eyes. He just moved away. So the disciples came and told Vedavyasji that we could not wake him out of Samadhi. Vedavyasji says, now go back with this particular verse, which is verse number 3 of Canto 3, chapter 2, verse number 23. Bhagavatam Mahapuran, 3rd canto, 2nd chapter, 23 verse. Aho vakiyam stanakal kutam jigan sayapaya yadapya sadvi lebhe gatindha trichitam tatonyam kamva dayalum sharanam brajena. The one who liberated Putana, the demon, the she-demon Putana, the demonic lady Putana, who had come with the intention to kill Krishna, with a poisoned bosom, to feed poison, Kalkut poison, and to kill Krishna. Shri Krishna, drinking the milk, gave the mother's position and his own Golok Dham, his own abode, to such a demon. Who else can be so costlessly, unconditionally merciful like the infinite ocean of grace and mercy, Shri Krishna? The moment this verse is heard by Shukdev Paramhans, he comes out of his Samadhi and starts to follow the disciples to go to meet Vedavyasji, from where this verse actually came from, to his father. Thus, if it was not for Putana, the extraordinary feat of Putana, that's why I'm saying, if it was not for Putana Kand, then Shukdev Paramhans would not have come out of Samadhi. Then Bhagavatam Mahapuran, which was already written and ready for the benefit and welfare of especially the souls of this Kaliyuga and for all the souls of the entire world, the nectar of Bhagavatam Mahapuran, which was ready to be poured and showered upon us, filthy, evil-minded people to change us, to turn us away from the my filth to God. For this reason, Bhagavatam, the sweetness of Bhagavatam is there. Anyone who listens and drinks the nectar of Bhagavatam Mahapuran sincerely is bound to be liberated of the sins that are accumulated, all the filth and all the naughty thoughts that we go through. Only if we take a vow that we will drink the Bhagavatam nectar, see what miracle happens. Thus, if it was not for Putana Khan, especially on this Chatti, on this 6th day, then the Bhagavatam Mahapuran that was all ready to bring so much of benefit and do the welfare to the mankind would have just remained seated like that. Because Shukdev Paramhans would not have heard about Putana and the liberation of Putana. And he would not have got optimistic and hopeful and encouraged to now come out of the Samadhi. Now he is no more depressed and he is no more disheartened. He gets very much heartened now that if Putana could be liberated, then I will also be accepted and my work will also be done. And with this hope, he comes out of the Samadhi and goes to Vedavyas. Thus, if it was not for Putana Kand, then of course, Shukdev Paramhans would not have come out of Samadhi. Vedavyas Ji would not have been able then to pour the divine nectar of Bhagavatam Mahapuran to Shukdev Paramhans. And through Shukdev Paramhans, then that Bhagavatam nectar wouldn't have come to King Parikshit. And if Shukdev Paramhans would not have narrated Bhagavatam Mahapuran to King Parikshit, then we would have been completely bereft of the Bhagavatam Granth. Bhagavatam Granth would not have come to us. We all received the grace of Bhagavatam, the nectar of Bhagavatam Mahapuran, because of this Putana Khan. Because of this Putana Khan, the incident of Putana, Shukdev Paramhans came out of Samadhi and drank the nectar of Bhagavatam, which was narrated by Vedavyas to him, which then came through King Parikshit to all of us, which we read and hear about. Thus, learning about this unconditional mercy, grace of God, where no condition is placed. You have to be this, you have to be that, you have to be that. He is so graceful. Just learning that how graceful and what an ocean of mercy God and personality is, the Supreme Almighty Lord Shri Krishna is. Just coming to know this quality of God, Akar and Kripalu, costlessly, without any cost, without any reason, He is so merciful, so graceful, is good enough to bring hope into the hearts of any one of us. No matter how fallen and how much a sinner and how demonic we are, we all just learning about Shri Krishna's costlessly merciful nature can become so optimistic and so hopeful of being accepted by the Lord and liberated from all the wrongs and sins and paps. Like Putana got liberated. Thus, only if we can pay serious attention to this aspect, that how costlessly merciful Lord is, and long for Him, no matter how we are. We get very easily disheartened. How many years have passed by? How many hours have passed by? I don't think so. I am privileged enough. I deserve to be a devotee. I don't think so. I can be accepted by God. I don't think so. I am at that level of a devotee. No, you don't think and you don't talk this language. This is very damaging. It is very destructive. Be hopeful. If Putana could be liberated, then I can be. I know I am a fallen child. I know I am a sinner. But when I have come to you now, then a surrendered devotee or a devotee who has taken shelter at the lotus feet of the Supreme Divine God and Guru, who is ocean of mercy and costlessly merciful, then that child, then that sadhak, then you and I do not have any right to think and apply our intellect and mind towards any other thought. Just long and be desperate to meet. One day I will meet. One day he will accept me. One day I will meet him. Be optimistic. When Putana can, then I will also. So don't think in a negative manner. This particular Chat 6th day incident teaches us to be hopeful, to be optimistic, and to just increase our longing. Wait for that day to come when the Lord, the costlessly merciful Lord, the costlessly merciful Gurudev will accept you. We get very easily disheartened, and that is very damaging for us. It's very negative. So Chat teaches us, the 6th day incident teaches us to be hopeful, optimistic devotees and to continue your devotion by thinking that, by knowing that, by having faith that he will surely come and accept you. No matter how many years have passed by, no matter how many aeons have passed by, I have not met him, don't think like this. Maybe I will never meet him. Maybe I will never meet him. I have him, and that's good enough for me. I have him. I have him. So be optimistic. Don't be negative. Don't be negative. हम लोग ये सोचने लगते हैं कितना समय चला गया, मिले ही नहीं, पता नहीं मिलेंगे कि नहीं मिलेंगे. ऐसा कभी मत सोचो. ये खतरनाक चीज है. ये छठी दिन पर, छठी पर ये पूतना कांड से ये शिक्षा मिलती है. ये शुभदेव परमहंस के द्वारा भी ये शिक्षा मिलती है कि देखो जब पूतना का उद्धार हो सकता है, ऐसी राक्षसी जिसकी मंशा इतनी खराब थी, जो मार डालने की मंशा से आई, जहर लगा कर आई, भगवान कृष्ण सर्वांतर्यामी होते हुए, सब जानते हुए भी उनको अपने मां का स्थान दिया. तो लॉर्ड कृष्ण had to also give the motherly love to Putana, and also Lord Krishna had to give the position of a mother to Putana, which he did. Which he did. Though he knew that she had all the wrong intentions, all the evil intentions. तो हमारे मंशा कैसा भी रहा हो, और अभी भी हम सुधार करना चाहते हैं, लेकिन फिर भी गलतियां कर जाते हैं, लेकिन आशावादी बनो. आशावादी बनो कि हम कितने भी गिरे हैं, कितने भी पापी हैं, कितने भी अधम हैं, वो मेरे हैं, हम उनके पास अब चले गए, उनके द्वार पर आ गए हैं, बस अब वो हमें आज मिले कि कल मिले कि कभी नहीं मिले कि हजारों वर्ष बाद मिले, उससे कोई मतलब नहीं. हमें कोई अधिकार नहीं कुछ और सोचने का. A surrendered devotee's requirement is simply to wait and long and be hopeful. A surrendered devotee or a surrendered soul or a soul who has taken shelter at the lotus feet of such a Gurudev and God should not be applying the intellect in thinking other things apart from the longing of one day meeting him in viraha, in separation. Just this viraha, विरह आग बढ़े, this separation feeling. So this is the actual reason behind, science behind Chatti. So from due to this Putana Kand, till this day, Chatti is being celebrated. That is why Chatti is being celebrated. And it gave us so many things. It gave us Bhagavatam Mahapuran. It gave us all the encouragement also and the hope to know that yes, even such a demon like me I have got infinite demons in me. Infinite Putanas is residing in me. I am such a bad person. But yes, there is place in God's kingdom for everyone. And there is a place for me as well. And one day, I will be accepted. Though we have to continue to increase the longing in separation of the Lord, in viraha of the Lord. If we celebrate Chatti or any celebration with such devotional reasons, then it adds the meaning to the celebration. Otherwise, there is no meaning in celebrating Chatti or anything. So, Boliye Srimad Sadguru Sarkar Ki Jai. It is only Shri Maharaj Ji who has so beautifully explained to us how Lord Shiva comes in the mouth of Shri Krishna. Otherwise, no one would come to know why Shri Krishna was so angry while drinking the milk. It was his Shiva form. So, Boliye 6 din ke Lala ki Jai.